Hello again my friends, welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. The Curse of Osiris is only a month away now. It's the sequel's first expansion, which makes it a pretty big deal. This will be our first look at how Bungie intends to expand the game's universe in terms of both lore and of course new things to do. Now if you recall, one of Activision's priorities for this sequel was to provide a robust pipeline of content, keep the gameplay droughts to a minimum, keep players engaged. Now, 2 months have passed since the launch of Destiny 2 and already the familiar rumblings of discontent can be heard from the game's dedicated fanbase. The main cause of dissatisfaction, not enough endgame content. Now, The Curse of Osiris has everything you'd expect from an expansion and perhaps even a few surprises. A new destination to explore, Mercury, a new social space to hang out in the Lighthouse, a new cinematic campaign with, I've got to say, some pretty impressive looking cutscenes, new adventures, new themed weapons, armor and exotics, new strikes, new PvP maps, and although still shrouded in secrecy, a new raid activity. And it's also going to evolve the way we play. Bungie's been listening to feedback and is working on ways to improve the game's biggest criticisms, namely a lack of engaging endgame content and an unsatisfying loot system. In short, to give players a reason to keep playing. Bungie's game director Christopher Barrett, who worked on introducing new ways to play in House of Wolves and Rise of Iron, is now focused on making Destiny 2 a game that will challenge and reward its players. Here, in Christopher Barrett's own words, are just a few of the planned updates being worked on right now. New systems and rewards to give our most engaged players additional optional pursuits, better incentives for players who complete challenging prestige activities, better rewards and replay value for strikes, adventures and lost sectors, continued improvements to Iron Banner and faction rallies. Now don't be surprised if we see these updates go live around December 5th to coincide with the Curse of Osiris and the start of Season 2. So then, will the Curse of Osiris silence the critics and dumbfound the naysayers, or add more fuel to the fire? Of course, as ever, time will tell. Like I said, only a month to go now. In the meantime, I've compiled all the tastiest DLC info from Paris Games Week to give us a little more insight into what we can expect from this expansion. Let's start with the new story being told. Your mission: to find this guy, Osiris, the most notorious guardian in Vanguard history and the most powerful warlock to have ever lived. So yeah, his reputation certainly precedes him. Bungie describes him as kind of a badass. Now in this cutscene, which sets up the story for the expansion, a time-traveling Osiris intrudes on a battle between a fireteam of Guardians and the Vex. Now Osiris freezes time mid-battle so he can comfortably continue with his secret mission, whatever that may be, but the Vex suddenly and mysteriously reactivate and begin to overwhelm Osiris. Now in order to save the life of his ghost, Sagira, who you can see here, Osiris throws her into a nearby portal that leads to Mercury, but she takes a nasty hit on the way and the cutscene ends with Sagira being gradually buried beneath the shifting sands of Mercury. Now, although Osiris is central to this expansion, his fate after the run-in with the Vex remains a mystery, and Ikora Ray, once a student of Osiris, has charged you with the task of finding out exactly what happened to him, and so you'll need to travel to Mercury and find Sagira, who's presumably still buried beneath the sand. It looks as though you'll need to locate and repair her before your journey can begin in earnest. According to Bungie, this new female ghost will drag you through space and time to find Osiris. We also know that Brother Vance returns from Destiny 1. He too will help guide you on your adventures, leading you to the Infinite Forest, a destination that will play an integral role in helping you discover the fate of Osiris. Now Bungie describes the Infinite Forest as a simulated reality in the middle of time controlled by the Vex. So yeah, in short, weird shit is going down here. And while this is all going on, an ancient portal has opened on Mercury, and the Vex from both the past and the future, don't ask me how that shit works, are flooding through it. Their goal: to reshape the universe in their image, kinda like a time-traveling Hitler. Bungie's teased that we'll learn a lot more about the lore of this enigmatic race of time perverts and why they have chosen Mercury as their destination to amass an army of fucking bastards. So yeah, to quote Winston Churchill, this expansion is a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. There's just so many questions. What was Osiris up to when he was overwhelmed by the Vex? How were the Vex able to resist Osiris' time-freezing shenanigans? Will Osiris help or hinder you? After all, this guy was expelled from the city for his dangerous ideas. Why are the Vex converging on Mercury, and what the F is the raid activity Bungie keeps teasing. Like I said, lots of questions. And you'll find the answers to some of those questions in Bungie's upcoming November live streams. There are 3 of them. Deej recently tweeted this reminder. The first one takes place Wednesday, November 15th. You'll learn about the places you'll go, the characters you'll meet, and the enemies you'll fight. The second one takes place Tuesday, November 21st, where you can watch Bungie preview some of the new activities that will challenge you and your fire team. And the third one takes place Wednesday, November 29th. Bungie will show off the new gear that you can earn and a brand new Crucible map. And yes, I'll have videos on all 3 live streams, plus some very cool stuff I can't quite talk about just yet. If that sounds like something you want to watch, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, and that way you will not miss a single thing. Next up, Bungie's latest hotfix patched the stuttering frame rate that some players were experiencing on the PC. Hurrah! Next up, Datamined info reveals that strange coins have received a description update. It says they can be obtained from special online events and offerings. Now, we have yet to see strange coins in Destiny 2. Will they be added to the game in Season 2 as part of the Dawning event? It would be nice to see Xur play a larger role in the game. Next up, some cool concept art that inspired Destiny's pre-launch cinematic trailers. Here we see Cayde 6 posing heroically in front of a devastated city. Here's Cayde's beloved ramen noodle bar again obliterated by the Cabal invasion. And here's what a ship's cockpit looks like. Obviously, this ship was owned by a rather messy Guardian. And here we see the Speaker dressed in tatty robes, old Shaxi Poo with 2 horns, and Lord Saladin looking, well, less regal than usual. And that, you delightfully scandalous scallywags, brings us to the end of this news roundup video. Now, if you want to watch more Destiny 2 content right now, well, I have just the thing for you, a big fat 10-minute Destiny 2 news video. If you want to learn more about some of the exotics coming to the Curse of Osiris, click this image. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for daily Destiny content, and thank you so much for watching. And as always, tee-hee-hee, until next time, Guardians.